Morning everyone, welcome to DOdaily. Wake up to walk. It's Des here, doing what I do every Friday morning, jumping out of bed, getting outside for some fresh air. On a day like today, just reminds me of exactly why I do it. Sun's out, blue skies, always talk about the importance of that, don't we? And whilst it is a beautiful spring morning, it's not fantastically warm. It's a little bit chilly, but that just blows a few cobwebs away as well. And I need that today. A little bit tired this morning. Gave myself an extra half an hour in bed. Was hoping to go somewhere a little bit different than being down here. But again, on Thursday Thoughts last night, I spoke about how amazing it is and how calming it can be. When you come into terms with the day, that's absolutely perfect. And as ever, there's plenty of people out doing the activity to be inspired by. Lots of runners, lots of dog walkers, kids on the way to school. So it's brilliant to see that other people are up and at it. Incidentally, Kay's actually out there too. She's getting a 5k in early, getting around a familiar route that we do so often. Again, spoken about at length on Thursday Thoughts. So it's just amazing to be up and at it. And of course, those are the main reasons to be out, getting in activity, coming to terms with the day. But there's lots of other things that this does to keep me on top of all the things I have to do. As I always say, a bit like a stuck record, extremely busy right now, really busy with the things I've got to do. And if it weren't for taking this time, I think it'll be a real struggle sometimes. It'll be hard to settle in because it'll be full steam ahead. What this allows me to do is just enjoy a little bit of activity before setting about those really important things and the things we have to get ticked off. And that's kind of where I'm at. Lots to do, a little bit all over the place, but trying to be as prepared as possible. And the reason I am all over the place is because there is so many good things, so many new things to work on, and you just can't complain when it's like that, can you? But you have to find ways of coping with it, coping strategies, and this is definitely one of them for me. It's a perfect way to take a little bit of time back. Almost feels like added time, extra time, because I do get up early and I get out. And like I say, when you've got this, it's absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. In the next few weeks, I guess it's only going to get better and feel even nicer, and I will definitely get to those new places. Not looking forward to that little quirk in the clock when they change at the end of March. It actually gets darker again in the morning. I've been waiting all this time for daylight, but I'm really looking forward to when I've got much more of it to work with before I have to set about my working day and I can get onto a brand new challenge. That's something to look forward to. But of course, Wake Up to Walk is about checking back on the week, seeing how it's been, looking forward to the weekend. And I was just thinking to myself in the time I spent about 10 minutes before coming on, I started the week by being a little bit harsh on myself and explaining the importance of being honest with yourself sometimes. It's easy to know what to do, it's easy to say what you're going to do, but at times you have to sort of accept it's not working. But I've also spoke this week about the importance of taking time back like I do on a Friday morning. I think on Monday I was saying how harsh I had to be to get back into routine. But then on Tuesday, just by taking a little bit of time with Kay, it made me realise that, like it does on a Friday, need these constant reminders. It made me realise that time back, talking, just talking one-on-one and talking rather than doing, I guess, sometimes. It almost felt like I got just as much done, because it helped me organise and plan. So I wasn't being contradictory, I'm just sort of always evaluating, trying to understand where I'm at. And we live a roller coaster of a life, don't we? So it's not always going to be exactly the same. It's not always going to be as you say it is. So like I said, I wasn't contradicting myself. What I was just doing was checking in with where I was at that particular point. And I say it every week, I say it all the time, it is a roller coaster. Life is not straightforward, it's not as simplistic as we like to say it, but what we can do is just figure it out as it is there and then. But remember the things we've said before. Yes, I do have to be harsh and get back to my routines. I really sort of dug deep this week, and on Wednesday workout kind of combine the two, almost being realistic and reaffirming what I needed to do, but using that time out, but also using the daily motivations, something that wasn't just thrown together, it was carefully thought through, and it's something I've used, and I use it subconsciously as much as anything these days, but I'm trying to use it a little bit more consciously and realise that I can ease in, ease into big weeks. So in reality, I'm talking mainly about my activity and the goals and targets I've got behind that. But it doesn't matter what it is, does it? Whether it's activity or goals and targets in other areas of your life. You can almost ease into them sometimes, but as long as you're doing something. And that's the point I'm trying to make, I guess. It's just make sure you're doing something towards what you want to do. For me, even just getting on and doing DOdaily, getting my thoughts out there, can be the perfect reminder of where I'm at. And if I'm saying different things and doing different things, again, it's just a reflection, isn't it, of things aren't quite right. Well, I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong, I'm feeling absolutely brilliant. But it also made me think that you are what you believe you are sometimes. I believe I'm feeling fantastic. I'm not saying I'm not, but it'd be easy with all these different things and all these different thoughts to beat myself up and think, oh God, where are you at? What are you talking about? But I actually believe I'm in a good place. There's lots of nice things to suggest that. There's so much to look forward to. So I am in a good place. You are what you believe you are, and I firmly do believe that these days, because if you think positively, positive things happen. If you've got a negative mindset, I've come to learn that negative things will happen. It's as simple as that. And of course that's going to be the case, Yes, people will drop lucky, when they're feeling rubbish, something absolutely amazing might happen. But again, it's how you deal with it, isn't it? It's how you cope with it. And like I say, I might have been feeling a bit hard on myself on Monday, but by sort of switching that into a positive and then doing other things, like I say, which don't actually align with what I said, but not perfectly anyway. But through it all, it ended up being positive anyway, because I've got myself back into the routine I want to be in. It's reminded me the inconsistency of my thoughts early in the week, have reminded me of the consistency of these daily motivations and why I do what I do. On a Friday, if there's ever a perfect reminder, it's a morning like this by the Trent. Watching people go about the business, watching them attack the day, reflecting on my own week, and again, just getting it out there, getting it out in the open, whilst DOdaily might not be the most watched YouTube channel in the world. There is people that will watch and will comment on what I say and do, and that's perfect, isn't it? Because that gives me the accountability as well. So whilst I did start the week about being harsh, talking about being harsh on myself and actually doing what I say I'm going to do, I feel like by the end of it I'm getting back to that position, and that's kind of what it's been about. Of course, on Thursday Thoughts yesterday, I gave out a throwback question asking you, what do you need to be a little bit harsher on yourself with? It's not always easy to make such a comment, but it's important to realise sometimes what's not quite working, to turn it into a brilliant positive and turn things around. It's not always about turning things around, but it's making things better as well. And that's kind of what it's been about this week. Hopefully you've understood the message. Hopefully it's all made sense. Like I say, despite it almost being a little bit inconsistent, there is method to the madness, and there is reasons for talking about the things I have. Looking ahead to the weekend, I mentioned that I'm a little bit tired this morning. Everything's just caught up with me a little bit. Just spoke about all the different things, but I feel mentally exhausted more than anything. So I'm really grateful to the fact that despite having some jobs to do, I've got a few more than normal on a Friday afternoon, which I'm not that keen on, although they're nice things, so I am absolutely keen. That would just be being a bit silly, but I am actually looking forward to the things I've got to do. But I've got a bit more to do this afternoon. I've got a nice family occasion to attend tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to, and then it's quite quiet after that. No epic adventures, although I will be getting a park run in first thing. So it's just going to be a nice one, a steady one, doing things I do again. And that's sometimes exactly what we need, isn't it? When we've been through a period of reassessing, when we looking to get it right in the way I have this week, find different ways of doing that. Sometimes it can take a lot out of us mentally, and so a weekend like that seems like a good one. I say it's going to be a relatively quiet one. The reality is there's lots in there. Even on Sunday I've got coaching sessions and running groups, and I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. It's absolutely brilliant. I enjoy what I do, make the absolute most of it. There's one or two things that I won't get to do, which I'd love to do. Of course, when you've got plans, sometimes they clash. I was absolutely gutted to miss the football, but sometimes some things are a little bit more important in life, and family and the situation I've got there definitely mean that. So that's it, guys, for today. Another wake up to walk down by the river. You can see the world famous Trent Bridge over my shoulder. Hopefully you've enjoyed what I've had to say today, and like I say, hopefully you feel it's made sense this week. Just trying to do my best to keep going, to encourage people wherever we're at. Can be being up here and down here and up here again, even in the space of a week, space of a couple of days, or even in a day. But we just have to learn that that's temporary sometimes. It's not permanent when we're not feeling quite so great. And in many ways, when we're not feeling quite so good, we could just push through it and use the adversity to come out feeling even better on the other side. And that's definitely how I'm feeling. I feel I can give it a big go again next week and just keep pushing forward. Don't know how long this wave of feeling good and amazing and excited about things and doing new things is going to carry on, and we never do. So that's why it's important to make the most of it. Have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Whatever you're doing, whether it's a lot or taking a little rest, absolutely make the most of it. If you've liked today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget that. Do it now. It takes 2 seconds. It really helps build the channel. Helps me sort of spread it around YouTube. And of course, if you're new, please do subscribe. Really appreciate that. And please comment. Let me know what you're up to. I'd love to hear it. Please get in touch. Lots of people have done that recently, and it absolutely makes my day to see it. It's not a distraction. It's absolutely brilliant when people get in touch and tell me how it works for them. So until Monday, guys, just doing it.